and opening doors for the next generation. From New Jack City to Outlaw Posse, please welcome Mario Van Peebles.
All right, y'all know I'm a clown. Is it okay if we clown? Yeah. Is it okay? Okay, cool, because I'm just telling you the truth. First of all, I'm glad to be here because stuff has gotten crazy. You know, in so many ways, there's a Chinese proverb saying you live in interesting times. We live in interesting times. Icy, snatching people. It's not even as fun to be light-skinned anymore. When you have a name like Mario? No, man. But anyway, tonight we're dealing with tonight we're talking about Black excellence, and of course we're distracting from those pesky files, so it's all part of the plan. But my dad used to say, the person that's the same at 40 as they were at 20 didn't grow much. And the award I get to present tonight is deep because it is the Evolution Award. And that's all about growth, internal and external. And the person I get to present it to is all that and more. This woman has grown. Can I give you a little quick history? Okay, quick history. All right, go back to 1991. I had just made a movie called New Jack City. Yeah. And the movie did pretty damn well. So when it does well, you know how Hollywood is, they want to make more money. It's not just white or black, it's also green, the color of money. So they call me up, Mario, we want you to do another movie in the hood. And I said, I know we can be in the hood. This is true. But did you know 1 out of 3 cowboys is black? Huh? Did you know that people of all colors built this country? That the Westerns I grew up didn't reflect any of that? So I think it's time we make a Western. And they were like, oh, this Negro is crazy. And they called it Old Jack City. They told me I was trying to make Boys in the Saddle. They even called it Unforgiven. But I said, hell with it, I'm gonna take a shot, because you don't know how long you will have that heat. You dig it? You gotta strike while the iron's hot. So I went out and got the biggest cast I could get. I got Brother Woody Strode. Do y'all remember him from Sergeant Rutledge? Brother was 84, the only brother I never saw shuffle in the Western. Then I said, let's get the posse from the 70s. So we got Isaac Hayes from Shaft. We got Pam Grier from Foxy Brown. We got Robert Hooks from Trouble Man. We got Lawrence Cook from Spook Who Sat by the Door. That's a bad flick. And of course, I had to get Melvin Van Peebles, my pop, from Sweetback. But that was enough. I said, let's go get the posse from the 90s. So I called up Brother Blair Underwood. We had worked together on LA Law. I called up Big Ass Tanny Lister. I called up the Hudlin brothers, because they had directed a House Party, and they was always trying to get us to compete. So I said, let's show some solidarity. Come act in my movie. I called up Charles Lane. And in the middle of all this, on the set, was a brand new actor from Chicago named Salli Richardson. Now, you know, she was under a lot of pressure. She was playing the leading lady. All these brothers was coming to her, and I was busy, right? So I'd look around, and one of the brothers inevitably would walk over to Salli, and he'd try to shoot his shot, you know. And usually someone from the hip-hop community, Big Daddy Kane or Tone Loc or somebody. So Big Daddy Kane, I won't say his initials, I'll just tell you his name. Big Daddy would roll over and he'd look at Salli and go, oh, sister girl. He had that smooth sort of ghetto Gothic Black Shakespeare delivery, you know? And he'd be, girl, you look like, Lord have mercy. Wrapped up and save me, Jesus. What are we gonna do about that? And Salli looked him back and said, brother, I appreciate the hallelujah sentiment, and I do appreciate the compliment, but this thanks is the only blessing your ass is gonna get. And she knew how to put us in check. She could put a brother in check with love, respect, and grace. That was damn near 30 years ago. Now here's the Hollywood truth. No one gets to be flavor of the month for 30 years. Your career's gonna have ups, it's gonna have downs. You know, slings of arrows, outrageous fortune, you know it. Hollywood truth number 2. Pretty people try to get in front of the camera, and smart people get behind the camera. But there's an addendum to that. See, pretty is temporary. Dumb and smart are forever. Can I get an amen? Oh, yes. Okay. Truth number 3, okay? This business is a magnifier. Whoever you are, it's gonna magnify it. If you're cool with yourself, it'll magnify that. If you're kind of an asshole, it'll magnify that too. You'll be wearing baby oil before you know it. Okay? That's what'll happen. All right? Now, let me tell you. You said I could play around, so here we are. This is how we do with my family. We just play around. Michaelo, do we play around? We play around. So here's the deal. The years went by, and I worked with Salli again and again and again, and each time she grew and she evolved, and she went from being an actor, which is a job seeker, to a director. Then she went from being a director to being a producer. Now you're a job creator. Now she's not just producing one hit HBO series, she's producing 3. And although we don't, per se, reward it the same way, I have to say, she is also the co-creator, along with her wonderful husband, of a beautiful family right here in Hollywood. And that's not easy, I know, right? So, I gotta share something with y'all. You ready to see the tape? Okay, my man is going crazy. He's like, where's this Negro? Let's show the tape, and then I'll talk some more stuff after that. Let's show the tape. Y'all gotta see this. This is her inspiring journey. Here we go.
They often say it's a man's world. Well, they must not have met Salli Richardson-Whitfield. Born on the south side of Chicago into an academic and creative family, Salli Richardson would attend Chicago's prestigious lab school with dreams of love and basketball. But as is so often the case with best laid plans, after being introduced to drama classes at the famous Kumba Theater Workshop, those dreams would evolve. Salli was now determined to be an actress. So after finishing college, she would pack up her bags and head to Hollywood, where a chance meeting would book her in the role of Lana in Mario Van Peebles' iconic Western Posse.
Now, Jesse, you come into town gunning for Sheriff Bates. You're gonna be the one to destroy your daddy's dream for sure.
Salli had definitely found her calling and soon hit the big screen in films like Low Down Dirty Shame, The Great White Hype, Antoine Fisher, Anacondas, Black Dynamite, and I Am Legend. And as an in-demand working actress on the small screen in TV shows like Eureka, Family Law, New York Undercover, and Star Trek, Deep Space Nine. And it was while guest starring on one of these shows, Between Brothers, that she would meet husband Dondre Whitfield, and Salli Richardson would add Whitfield to her name, as well as eventually 2 children. But it was in 2010 that her career would begin to take yet another turn. While starring in a young up-and-coming filmmaker's debut feature, Ava DuVernay's beautiful I Will Follow, Ava would suggest that maybe Salli should pursue her own directing journey. A light bulb moment. And with that, Salli Richardson-Whitfield would add a further string to her bow. Her debut short film, Grace, launching her into the world of television directing. Salli would not only direct some of the biggest network television shows, but she would soon find herself in the rarefied and often exclusive world of the high-end streamers. Shows like HBO's award-winning Mayor of Easttown with Academy Award winner Kate Winslet.
I'm gonna find out everything.
Salli had punched her way through that glass ceiling, and HBO, never one to pass up on talent, snapped her up for 2 more projects, this time also offering her an EP position on the critically acclaimed Winning Time.
We've got a shot here to win it all. You know how rare that is?
What do you want for your future? Everything.
It's showtime.
A show that would earn her an Achievement in Directing Emmy nomination. The first time a Black woman had ever been nominated in that category. But it was on the Gilded Age that Salli would really come into her own. Working with greats like Audra McDonald and Felicia Rashad, Salli would help introduce an international audience to a side of the American story, rarely, if ever, seen on television before.
My goal was to be a good wife and mother. But I suppose young women don't want that anymore.
Oh, I want to be a good wife and mother who has the vote.
Well said.
And And now that her hit new show Task, that she co-EPs and stars in with Mark Ruffalo, has already been picked up for a second season,
I think we have a decent shot at conspiracy, too. What about you?
it does seem there are no glass ceilings this award-winning industry powerhouse cannot break through. So yes, the industry may still very much be a man's world, but it absolutely would be nothing without Salli Richardson-Whitfield, who not only continues to serve as an inspiration to women filmmakers everywhere, but from the very early days of ABFF has always served as the brightest beacon of hope for our filmmaking community. That's why we here at the American Black Film Festival Honors are so incredibly excited to present this year's Evolution Award to actor, director, producer, wife, and mother, to our family and our friend, the formidable, the unstoppable, Salli Richardson-Whitfield.
Now, this fool called me or texted me earlier. He goes, "I'm so honored to give you this award." I said, "You weren't supposed to tell me." It's supposed to be a surprise, but I didn't know until he called. There couldn't be a more perfect person. Because without that job, who knows where it would be? And unknowingly, I have followed in your path, as many directors in here have. And we owe you, because people were not doing what you were doing, and also always with community first. So thank you. Standing here tonight at the American Black Film Festival is deeply personal for me. ABFF isn't just a festival, it's history, it's community, it's proof that Black stories matter and that Black artists endure. Jeff and Nicole aren't just founders to me, they are really my family, although it took 30 years to get here. That friendship did not work well for me, no. And when I really sat here and thought about what it meant to receive an Evolution Award from this place, I realized how much of a full circle moment it is for me. Because I was here 30 years ago at the very first festival. As a young actress with big dreams, a lot of hope, and no idea how long the road would be, to still be standing and working, still growing, and now being honored here, it made me pause, and I had to think about, what evolution really truly means to me. So I had to look at the definition. Evolution is the gradual development of something from simple to complex. And when I look at my life and my career, that word doesn't just fit, it tells the truth. I started as an actress. And when I moved to Los Angeles, I didn't arrive with a master plan. I arrived with belief. I wasn't focused on failure or backup plans. I wasn't calculating on how hard it would be or how many doors might close. I moved forward with momentum. And looking back, that wasn't naivete, it was courage, before fear had a chance to step in. Because when you're not busy convincing yourself why something won't work, you give yourself permission to just try, to take risks. You move. When I stepped into directing, it wasn't a strategic pivot. It was a calling. Something in me said, this is the next evolution. And I listened, I worked hard, I showed up fully, and I believed that my voice mattered. And that belief carried me, but the journey has definitely tested me. This industry has highs and lows. And there were moments when I didn't feel appreciated, moments when I questioned whether I belonged in certain rooms. And for a long time, I wondered, why are these people listening to me? I didn't go to film school, and I didn't come up through the same traditional system as many people around me, and I let that make me feel smaller than I was, until I realized something very important. My education was the journey. Every set, every mistake, every moment I stayed when it would have been easier to walk away, that was the training. And through hard work and persistence, I learned that I don't need to explain why I belong. I just need to stand in it. As a Black woman in this industry, evolution has meant learning not to shrink, understanding that my perspective isn't a limitation, it's an asset. That leadership doesn't look one way, and neither does excellence. Motherhood has changed everything for me. And I want to take a moment to speak directly to my children. I know Mom is hard on you, a lot. But it's because I really want big things for you. I don't want you to ever look back and regret that you did not work hard enough for the things that you want to accomplish. Because I think that we all know the biggest regrets are when we do it to ourselves. I love you guys, and I just want you to be more than I could ever be. I know I kind of went off. Yeah. I'll just add on to it, because you're going to fail sometimes, and that's okay. Failure will teach you, but when you fall, you're going to get back up. You take control of your destiny, and you keep going. And I cannot forget my husband, Dondre Whitfield. I absolutely could not do any of this without you. Like Mario said, it's really hard to have a family too. And y'all ain't too crazy, so we did pretty good. We have grown through this industry together, and the support and partnership we share have allowed our family and both of us to keep evolving. And I'm still evolving. That's the one thing I'm most proud of, being honored tonight alongside people I admire. Some I've worked with, others I've respected for years. It's honestly mind-blowing. And I've learned that gratitude and worthiness can exist at the same time. I can be humbled and still know I belong here. And as I've begun to feel more seen, and I have felt a deeper responsibility to reach back, to bring young women forward, and to remind them that their path doesn't need to be traditional to be powerful, that growth is allowed and evolution is necessary. Because evolution isn't about arriving at a final version of yourself. It's about choosing growth again and again, even when it's uncomfortable, even when it challenges who you thought you were. So if you're in this room tonight, whether you're just starting out, redefining your path, or standing in a moment you once dreamed of, know this: you don't have to have it all figured out, you just have to keep moving. Evolution isn't just reward at the end of the journey, it's the courage to keep choosing growth. And as for me, I'm grateful and grounded, and I'm far from done. I still have bigger dreams, bigger stories to tell, bigger risks I'm willing to take, because evolution doesn't stop when you're recognized. It continues when you're brave enough to imagine what's next. Thank you. I love you.